Welcome to the Messendorf Training Center for the fifth friendly of SKSturm's pre-season. Christian Ilz's side will face the might of the illustrious Partizan Belgrad of Serbia, coached by Igor Duljaj and led by new captain Svetozar Markovic. But it's all about SKSturm today. Thank you for joining wherever you are around the world. If you're getting up early, you are in for a treat. There are two games once again today. And again, it's on the back of Serbian opposition. Bačka Topola, a nice come-from-behind win for SKSturm. A 2-1 win last Saturday evening. And now it's another side. Well, Bačka finished in second. Partizan in fourth in the Serbian Superliga. And now we'll have a little more of the squad on show. Two games allows more game time for each player. Take you through the starting 11s shortly. Beautiful day for football. Players warming themselves up on the touchline. A few skills on show, undoubtedly. And again, we'll have another look at new goalkeeper Kjell Skerpen, who will start for SKSturm. We'll take you through the Partizan 11 in the meantime. On the field, at the very least, we'll have four at the back, two in the midfield, three supporting. Nemanja Nikolic up forward. The back line is Mihailo Ilic and Svetozar Markovic in the center of defense for Partizan. Filipovic on the right, Nikola Antic on the left. New signing, Frank Canute, the Senegalese, ex-Cercle Bruges. We'll get a start alongside Christian Belic in that pivot area of the pitch. It'll be a tactical battle. And it'll be Danilo Pantic, one of the Partizan youth players, joined by a very young Nemanja Trifunovic. And Quincy Menig, the Dutch left winger, 7 goals last season in the Superliga. Nemanja Nikolic up forward, the 30-year-old Serbian striker. Last year with Vojvodina. Did play a season with Partizan a few years ago. But he's back after a series of different spells at different clubs. A couple of minutes away from the kickoff. We'll see the match officials just there at the bottom of the screen about to get us going. Later on today, it'll be the other 11 that coach Christian Ilz is going to put out against Aris Limassol. Don't forget, next week there's the Galatasaray game. That'll be at the Mercure Arena. Today we're at the Messendorf. A couple of skippers will get us going shortly. SKSturm playing in the away white strip today. All the strips available on the SKSturm site. You're joining us here, wherever you're tuning in from around the world. Thank you for joining. We'll go through the 11. It's Kjell Skerpen in goal. Gerhofer and Wuthrich, the two centre halves. Demako on the right side, Dante on the left. Goran Stankovic will pull some strings alongside Tommy Horvat, Hirlander, and also Sakaria. Just sit behind those two up forward, Jakob Janče and Emmanuel Emega. Another Dutchman out there today. Should be interesting to see how they get along. Adversarial, even though it is a friendly. All to play for, plenty of opportunities for some of the youngsters and some of the new signings. Just a couple of minutes behind, but we will get going shortly. A couple of good results against TSC Bačka Topola, also Spartak Trnava last Saturday. Before that was Enes Mura. And the referees will get us going. Players leading themselves out. Last couple of kickoffs before we get into some of the actual Bundesliga season. First round of the ÖFB Cup is coming on the 22nd of July. SAK Klagenfurt and the Bundesliga. We get that going on the last weekend of July. It'll be an away game in the first round against Austria Vienna, and the away side walking through to high five this 11 of Christian Ilse today. Captain is Stefan Hielander. Stunning afternoon for football. Thanks for joining on SKSturm.TV. Julian Schnurr, today's match official. SKSturm yet to be defeated or even draw in the preseason. So that's something to see if they can maintain that. It's all about a winning attitude, and it's all about confidence as they gain that momentum to take them through towards some of the competitive fixtures that are coming up. There's been some new signings brought in. We saw a nice finish from the new Polish striker, Wodasik, and what an effort from William Berving. An assist and a goal against TSG Bachkatopola. There's Partizan's 11. Once again, I'll take you through those as the match goes on with a few stats here and there. Kjell Scherpen in goal, 23-year-old Dutchman. Netherlands under 21. It'll be SKSturm to get us underway. And that lovely white strip. The All Whites against the All Blacks, I guess we could call this today. The Undertakers, the nickname of Partizan Belgrade. Also the Steamroller. And they'll have the ball and an early foul in their own defensive half. Brought out towards this near side, brought back in by Filipovic, wearing the number 26, and smashed downfield. It's all about filling each other out in the first 5 or 10 minutes. Make sure you assert some dominance. We'll see how manager Christian Ilse wants to approach this game. Decent switch there. It's been Partizan with most of the ball in the opening 60 seconds. As Menig is playing on the right side of attack today, something for their coach Igor Duliai to tinker with if he wants to. A couple of up-and-coming prodigies. Nemanja Trifunovic, yet to debut in senior football. He starts here today for Partizan. It's a throw from Amadou Dante. The Malian, now 22, provided a nice assist for Gati Begovic against Spartak Trnava. That was at this time in that kickoff last Saturday. 6 days between victories. Christian Ilse mixing up the sides now. It's a decent ball forward. Jancha brought that down. It's a chip forward by Antic. He's also in his first year with the Partizan since leaving Khimki in the Russian division. Ex-Vojvodina, ex-Red Star player as well. 29 years old, so plenty of experience there, plenty of intelligent, clever players for this Partizan side. Finished 4th in last season's Serbian Superliga. Good hustle from the away side in the opening few minutes. Brought out to this right side again. Filipovic. That's well done. Horvat getting a touch. Now Omega into the box. Good challenge from the defender, and that'll be put behind for an early corner kick for SKSturm. Defending coming across there was new captain Svetozar Markovic, just given that armband And he's happy to have it. This will be Sakaria with the corner kick on this near touch line. Chipped in. Decent effort. Good header away. They'll double up and triple up with the clearance, and that'll be a loose ball to be going out for a throw-in for Die Schwarzen. Die Schwarzen, excuse my pronunciation, still getting used to some of the German language. Here's Wuthrich. Spell of possession now. Been able to soak up everything Partizan's been able to throw at them so far. It'll be all about controlling that tempo. Goran Stankovic will be crucial. Pass goes astray. Trifunovic over there battling it out. Well picked up by SKSturm once again. And Geerhofer and Damaco on the right side today. Vertical pass. Oh, the angle, the diagonal pass always causes a little bit of confusion. But it's defensive back lines. Some of the staggered defending there nearly caught out. Now the chip forwards. Good header one. Second attempt brought down on the chest. Geerhofer will clean it up. Wuthrich now. Nice pass forwards. Now out to Horvath. Has to come inside the man. We'll find Goran Stankovic. Yeah, had to bring down his opponent. Just dragged him. Partizan want a yellow card. Referee Julian Schnur just letting Goran Stankovic off with a little verbal warning. Down the channel for Partizan Belgrade. They want a foul. Don't think they're going to get it. So far, friendlies against Kirkberg, the Ines Mura, Spartak Trnava, Bačka Topola, and now some more Serbian opposition. This will be a good test. Keeper chipping it forward. Good chest out. Passes inbound. Players challenging. Good battle. Tap forward. Will come to nothing. Decent clearance. Safety first from Amadou Dante. It's all about Belic's little toe poke through. Trying to slice open the SKSturm defense. We saw that against TSC very early on. There's Malic with a save then, and now a long-range effort here. And seen all the way. All slapped down by Skerpen. Ex-Brighton goalkeeper on loan from the Premier League side. Now a ball might find its way through. Dante just dispossessed at the vital moment by Filipovic, and here comes Menig. Inverted run, angled shots. Oh, it's found its way in beautifully at the near post. Past Skerpen, and Partizan have the lead in the 7th minute of play here at the Messendorf. And did that take a touch through? Might have deviated in at that near post. Really was hit with a fair whack there. Didn't take a touch. Delightful finish. And that is the opening goal of the game. Get us back underway. So SKSturm conceding an early goal. Flag goes up. So we give that goal to Nikolic. Number 23, not registered on the squad sheets today, but we will give that goal to him. Decent effort, in fact, but Skeppen had a chance to save just previous to that. Really was a well-worked manoeuvre by the away side, and that's some good practice. That's a little wake-up call here for SKSturm. Brought down by Menig. Cleaned up by Gerhofer. Now Horvath coming deep to collect. Decent vertical pass. Amadou Dante. Oh, was inviting. Couldn't find its way to the back post. Another corner. Sakaria just trotting over to get this one. See if he can find the head here of Emmanuel Emega. 9 goals in the Bundesliga last term. In his second year now, after leaving Antwerp, and former Sparta Rotterdam player as well. Sakaria to deliver. Just angled away. He chip back in. That's a good-looking chip. Offside call. In the build-up once again with Horvath. He's looking for Janša. The ball's just bypassed him. Just a little breakdown in communication, you'd think. So Stevanovic in goal for Partizan. Hasn't really been tested yet. Good-looking switch there. Some open space. SKSturm with the tilt there and left enough room. Just stumbling over the ball there. Couldn't get it out from under his feet. Quincy Menig. Well marshalled there in defence by Goran Stankovic. Foul given away by Emega. Antic will take. 11 minutes gone, and Sturm Graz yet to really force Stevanovic into a save. We saw how they came back into the match against TSC. Got the leveler after the break, and then the winner a couple of minutes before the final whistle. That's well thought out by Partizan. Just broke through. Only had 2 players up against 3, but still didn't need the overload to get through. And that's something that Christian Ilse will have to identify. Free kick taken by Belic. Chip forward. That looked like an obvious foul there. An early attempt at winning the header there by Wuthrich. Really was all over the man. Foul every day of the week. Now another offside call there, surely, and yes, it does come. Held their line nicely, SKSturm. Here's Janša, needs some help, goes inbound, opens up space for Horvath. Can they get something going here? It's cut off. The telegraph pass was easy to pick up, and maybe Gerhofer using his body, expertly done. Janša comes short, now distributed out to the right side. Delivery will have to be good. Over the head of Emega. Something Demaku can work on, was forced into just teasing that ball in as early as possible. It's all about time and space on the ball. Here's Gregory Ruthrish again. That's cleaned up, and Ilic and Markovic so far doing well enough for Partizan in that central area at the back. And their progression forward looks okay as well. SKSturm will adapt though. It's only the third goal they've conceded in the pre-season. Scored 14, 12 individual goal scorers as well for the home sides here at the Messendorf on a Friday afternoon. Clouds just giving the players a little bit of a breather, a little bit of respite. We'll have a couple of drinks breaks, no doubt. For now, it's Shoelace. Goran Stankovic there, just making sure he's not going to trip over. We've had one goal in this game. Lovely right-footed strike into the top corner. Magnificent finish, and something just to think about. Can't give any space inside the penalty box to this Partizan forward line. Looked lethal so far. Here's Horvaths, square ball to the edge of the box. No one there for SKSturm. Partizan thinking their way out of it, but trying to be a little too fancy there. Will allow the home side to get back, regain their formation. Christian Ilze now 45 years old. He's been with Sturm Graz since 2020. 125 competitive games, 66 wins, 27 draws, 32 defeats, 53% winning record. Conceded 142 times and scored 223, so that's the main thing. Clearance by Stevanovic. Horvath scoring against his former side in the friendly, which seems like quite a while ago against Enes Mura. Three-time champions of Austria, SKSturm here up against the 11-time champion of the Yugoslav First League, 8-time champion of Serbia-Montenegrin League and the Serbian Superliga. This has changed over the chronological and geopolitical changes in that part of the world for Partizan Belgrade. Long ball now. Taken away to the boundary. Markovic, the captain, just doing the job on Emega there, not allowing him any space. Geerhofer brings it over towards Ruthrish. Former Glory player. Excuse the pun, former Perth Glory, I should specify. Another foul given away, this time against Tommy Horvath. Take it quickly, Serbian sides. That's a good interception. Tamaku's there, just brings it in for Janša. Half a chance. Shot will come. Awkward bounce. Cleared away, otherwise Emega would have been first there. Saw him spurn an opportunity against TSC last Saturday evening. A very, very early chance in the first 2 minutes. From a similar area to where this was cleared. 18 minutes gone. It is SKSturm Graz 0, Partizan Belgrade 1. The first of 2 games for you here on SKSturm.TV. Trying to work the ball around and find areas of the pitch where Partizan aren't marking up, but there's not much room in between the lines. This is well done, beautifully done by SKSturm, and some desperate defending puts it behind for a corner. So as it started against TSC, against other Serbian opposition, a barrage of early corner kicks here. Otherwise, Emega was all alone and ready to pounce. It's all about awareness in the box now. It's all about the delivery. Chipped in, keeper stayed at home, and eventually gathers. And again, it's Christian Belic with a header that was up and away. Belic, 22 years old, ex-Čukarički player. Finished third last season in the Superliga. Scored a goal, made an assist in 22 games. Former West Ham and under 18 and under 23 player. Now in his second year with the Partizan. That's a really well thought out chip forwards. Filipovic getting there. Only had one option. SKSturm defense can deal with it through Gregory Huthrish. Filipovic, ex-Bante Borisov, 5 years there, now in his second year as well. Headed up, but brought back down. As Belic wants to win the corner, won't get there. And good conspiring at the back to get rid of the ball. Now the switch comes. Long-range effort comes as well. Stepping down well. It's all about how ambitious these sides are. And so far, it looks as though the away side trying to extend that lead. Good interplay there. Encouraging signs now. Ball forward to Emega. Header just took the ball away from Emega. Now Filipovic trying to carve his way through. Calmly done. The switch comes, and so there's a little bit of the field. It opens up. Free man over on this near side was Trifunovic. Now he's forward on that right side. Here is that long-range effort, and perhaps that was missing. The goalkeeper, nonetheless, wants to get down low, prevent any opportunity here. Lovely ball. Emega brought down. Linesman didn't flag, and then the vengeance comes against the Partizan captain Svetozar Markovic in his 5th year with the club. Perhaps that's why he's got the armband now. Drinks break won't be far off. Have a chance to reflect on this opening period of the match. Stefanovic got a couple of defenders close. Try and draw in this high press of SKSturm. Huthrish comes up out of position and does well, because he's teamed up with Janša. Double effort there from the Partizan player. Wins the ball back for them, and now back to the halfway line, and have to look for an opportunity there as Nikolic comes very deep. Menig up on the halfway line waiting for the ball alongside Pantic. A whistle goes though. Hielander in there contesting possession. Sliding challenge came. Pantic has given that away. We saw Janša taking some of these deeper free kicks from some distance from goal before he was subbed out of the game against TSC. And he wants this one. 34 years old now. 2 seasons of 14 goal hauls. One of his best for this club. What can he deliver here? From a long way out. Ball comes in, finds an SKSturm player. Shot comes from Horvat. Well defended though. Chip back in. Antic once again wins the ball back over Hielander. Finds an option. Pantic is there, brought down. Another foul against the captain. It's an important period of the match. Partizan have had the better of the ball. Not to say that SKSturm haven't played well. They have in patches. Need to get some more continuity though. Need to mark up against Filipovic here. The corral and the turn. Lots of space to run into. A chip ball forward. Brought down by Pantic. It's one of the Partizan youth brigades. Partizan with some pedigree in their youth system. Not to say that SKSturm doesn't have it. We've seen Hoyland, one of the names associated with the transfer market around Europe. Only left here a year ago. Stunning season with Atalanta. Now all the big names are coming in for him. Here's Igor Dulya, Partizan coach, 43 years old. He's only been in charge since February. 14 games at the helm. His side has a corner here. He'll be taken by Pantic. He's had 6 wins, 3 draws, and 5 losses, 43% winning records, but got them to that 4th place. To the near post. Well battered away by Skepen, but Partizan will have another attempt. Why not be having that drinks break? Three corners to 2 now. Partizan getting a 2-0 loss result against Bohemians, 1905. Czechia, good header away. Damaku there, header away and then bringing the players up, trying to clear their lines. It's a new signing, Frank Canute for Partizan. Here is the drinks break now. 26 minutes gone on the clock. We're at the training center here, just a few kilometers away from the Meku Arena, where next week it'll be Galatasaray in a friendly. There'll be a few more people, you'd think. Not to say there's not some parochial supporters here. This is the goal, and there's not much he can do against that kind of finish. Geerhofer getting there, couldn't get his boot in the way. That is supreme. So far, SKSturm, well, their vertical game's working for them at the moment. As soon as they get it into that attacking third, you've seen some triangular action. They tried the diagonal pass once or twice. It's all about whether Sakaria can get on the ball a little more. 9 goals and 9 assists last term, now in his 3rd year. Tommy Horvat there has been coming deep to collect, and Hielander working hard on that right side. As they say in my homeland, Italy. I've got 2 of those, but technically Italian. He's a mezzala. Former Italians with Sturm. I know all about them as well. Giuseppe Giannini. All the fans from the old school days will remember him. 3 goals in that 1996-97 season. He was joined by Enzo Gambaro in that same campaign, a goal in 17 matches from defense. Have contributed somewhat, just a little bit more recently. We've seen Kelvin Yeboah, who left WSG Tirol to come to Sturm in 2020. His breakout season with 20 goals in 45 games before moving to Genoa. Incidentally, they're back in Serie A this season. We're here with the recommencement of the game. Skorin Stankovic had to try and clear. It was a lucky bounce that fell to Dante. The ball is now won back by Partizan. Quick thinking will win them a foul. Double team by Sakari and Goran Stankovic doesn't pay off. Belic wanted to take the contact. Was always going to go down. Didn't have much of an option, in all fairness. And players do that 7 days of the week. Chip a ball out to Menig. Well done by Amadou Dante. And Dante's got a high ball to deal with here. He's got Menig breathing down his neck. He'll loop a clearance to the edge of the penalty box. Wasn't cleared well. That's well done, and Demaku will clear. Defensive header comes from Markovic. Take this throw quickly. This is much better from SKSturm. Just need to see if they can skip away from a challenge or two. Drop of the shoulder in the box to try and put a defender off. It's all about getting some better service in towards the head of Omega as well. Partizan not afraid to really get deep and defend. Here's Dante, high, up on the left. It's there. Couldn't be knocked in, though. Now Partizan on the counter. It's well done. Reclaimed by SKSturm. Gordon Stankovic will think through this, and Hielander getting involved. Demaku now back in. Sakaria coming deep. Oh, just a little bit messy there on this near sides. His defense, Gregory Witherich, didn't really have much to go to. Better off giving the foul away there than Partizan having the overload on that wing. Half an hour gone now. Partizan Belgrade leading by a goal to nil. Dante back to Witherich, just allowing him a little bit of space, pretending he wanted to look forward. And that's the good work in defense there, because it allowed Witherich to get another half a meter and another millisecond of time. For those of you who are aspiring to be defenders, you'll know all about that. Something to learn. Here's Gerhofer. Now working this out. It's a Demaku. Hielander in there. Bring that back to Goran Stankovic. Dante very central. Happy to play a patience game now. Sakaria on the left. Brings it forward towards Omega. Picked up by Ilic. It's a good hustle here from SKSturm. It'll work out almost for Omega. Partizan just in the nick of time, through sheer desperation, are able to clear. That's well done by Goran Stankovic. Good ball forward, but unfortunately, the offside run there by Emmanuel Omega. Just take you through those starting 11s once again. Stefanovic in goal for Partizan. Ilic and Markovic at the back. Filipovic and Antic on each side of the defense. Kanute and Belic, the two pivots, with Pantic, Trifunovic, Menig, and Nikolic up forwards. SKSturm Graz with Kel Skepen in goal. Has conceded one, but it was unstoppable. Then it's Gregory Witherich and Nicholas Gerhofer, Demaku and Dante, with Goran Stankovic, Hielander the captain, Sakaria Horvat, Omega and Jancha. Later today, that game against Addis Limassol coming. Totally different starting 11. Be able to see the likes of Javi Serrano there. New signing from Atletico Madrid. He's on loan. We'll see what he can bring to some of the stability in midfield. Also, William Burving, stunning preseason for the Danish midfielder so far. Gati Begovic also in fine form. Scored that goal against Spartak Trnava. 4-0 win there. Foul given away here. So still just over 10 minutes. We won't have much stoppage time. But another 10 or 11 minutes here for SKSturm to get back on level terms. It's all about constructing something, going in with a plan, and some open spaces here. Dante just chips it in. Tried to tease it in towards the spot. Partizan, desperate clearance forward, and it's a foot race here, but Menig won't bother. Guthrish had his measure. Some prudent defending now. Very even contest. It's exactly what SKSturm needs going into one of the biggest games of the preseason against Galatasaray next week. And this 11 here doing their best to show what they've got, because so much competition now amongst the squad. Up and away by Partizan. Okay, Hofer allowed it to bounce. Nikolic did well to shield the ball. That's taken away by Pantic. Was held back. Ball curled in. Offside call in any case. Pantic might have been better just going to ground and getting the foul. Worked out nicely for the home side. Now there's a bit more space. Dante getting a lot more of the ball. Here's Belic. Shifts that across. Partizan, he was able to look up on the right side. Menig was free. He was disappointed he didn't collect. They come in any case through Antic. Taken nicely by Skerpen. Tommy Horvath finds Demaku. Brilliant switch across to Sakaria. One way, then the other. Twisting, turning. Wants the ball back. To the byline he goes. The cutback comes. Well, it's a penalty by the look of things. Now, did that hit an arm on the way back? Because the referee has blown the whistle and pointed towards that spot. And here is that chance for the leveller. Looks as though Jakub Jančar's been given the responsibility. Now here's the delivery from Sakaria. It was a low cutback. It did hit the arm. It was outstretched. It was on the ground though. Whether that was a natural position or not, I'm sure the Partizan defenders would have argued for that. But that is a handball. Chance for Stevanovic here. And a bigger one for the 34-year-old, Jakub Jančar. Have to compose himself. Deep breath. And dispatches. Sent the keeper the wrong way. And SKSturm equalize here at the Messendorf training center. Number 13, Jakub Jančar. Makes it Sturm Graz 1, Partizan Belgrade 1. And all it took was one dangerous attack, and it forced Partizan to get a little untidy at the back. And this is what Sturm offers. It's what they bring. Some heavy-duty attack finally paying off. Level pegging here. Partizan will kick us off. Nikolic in the 7th. Janča from the penalty spot in the 38th minute. It's as good as it gets in this first half, and have been a couple of long-range efforts from both sides. Did have an awkward bouncing effort from Goran Stankovic, which did test Stevanovic. They were able to scramble it away, though. Opening 15 minutes of the game was with Partizan, but since then, it has been very even. It's all about how you finish off the first half. So often teams can score goals and then just lose their concentration. Dante with the clearance here, so Partizan will have the throw. Bought a few players in Partizan in the summer window, like all clubs do. We've seen Jovanovic join, Nikola Antic, Nikolic, Šekić, and also Frank Canute from Cercle Bruges. He's out there today in the number 8. That's well won back, and they were away, you just thought, in transition. Goran Stankovic knew it, wanted to take the free kick quickly. Referee wants it taken back a couple of meters, though. And Partizan did lose Ricardo Gomez, leading goal scorer. He's gone off to the Qatari League. Signed with Al Shamal for a couple of million euros. It's a long ball. Janča wants a brace. Hielander trying to nick that ball away. Now the press comes. Partizan don't have the overload this time. Trying to slip the ball through. Also, Vanja Vlahovic has left Partizan off to Atalanta. He's not the brother of Dusan, who is also a Partizan Belgrade youth player. Here's some space. Dante given the ball by Sakaria. Tried to use him on the overlap. That'll be seen out by Gregory Wuthrich. Been a really good comeback by SKSturm. We've seen some competent play through midfields. Quite instinctive up forward now. And Janča sending the keeper the wrong way. Finding that right side of the net. Here's Menik trying to skip through. Can't manage it though. Janča brought down. That's a foul. Well called by the referee. Today out there, Julian Schnur. So just under 3 minutes to go until the long break. And very vertical position of the fields. Everyone to the edge of the penalty area. Set move here. Sakaria. Just chip it in towards the right side of the box. The header came and goes behind. That'll be a goal kick. As we see so often now, the short goal kicks. This time, no mucking about, long clearance. Good way to open up space. And the opposition isn't defending it. They're expecting you to try and play it out from the back. Now a long ball. That might be kept in by Emega. He's frustrated that the ball did spin out of play. Big effort there from the Dutchman. He's got some competition now with Simon Vodicic, joining from Gonag Zabre. He'll be featuring in the later game. You'll see all the SKSturm stars on show this afternoon. I've seen Vignetti join, Orkovic, Javi Serrano. It's all about quality. Christian Ilse building something here. Here's Menig for Partizan. That's beautifully done in defense. Now the space really opening up. Dante has Sakaria out to the left. He's all alone as well. Here's Mampri Sakaria. Well, they won the penalty from this side of the pitch. A little closer in though from the byline. They'll have a corner. 40 seconds to go. Is there time for another goal? Decent header away by Ilic. Sakaria to take this corner. It's a good delivery. A couple of white shirts there waiting. Here's Demaku. Trying to feel his way through. Antic is there and will win the goal kick for his goalkeeper, Stefanovic. Seconds ticking down. The dying embers of the first half. It's been a good comeback from SKSturm. It's a level from the spot in the 38th minute through Jakub Janša. And it was Sakaria who effectively won that with his cross back into the area. Into the dangerous area. Looking for a man outside the 6-yard line. Referee is playing a little bit of stoppages. I guess needs to get more realistic moving forward into the pre-season. This is the 5th game of SKSturm's pre-season. Scored 15 times now with that penalty. Just need to hold out here. There's a high arm there. A foul's gone against Pantic. And receives a yellow card for his trouble. It was totally unnecessary there from Danilo Pantic. Little hot-headed, little impulsive, you could say. It's all about body language, and you can see now SKSturm firmly on the front foot. Partizan Belgrade have been opened up in the last quarter of an hour. Referee's seen enough. I'm sure the players are happy to hear that whistle and head into the locker rooms. We'll see what Christian Ilse will say to his men and who he'll deploy for the second half. But a really good first half to watch here on SKSturm.TV. The goals, Nikolic, breathtaking finish in the top corner, 7th minute. The reply from Janša from the spot. Penalty won by Sakaria with a cutback. Don't forget later on, we will have the friendly for you. It's at 1800 local time from the Stadion Freiburg. Addis Limassol is the opposition. That'll be the other half of the squad that aren't playing here against Partizan. For now, the halftime score. Sturm Graz 1, Partizan Belgrade 1. And that is the goal. Nikolic, super strike. Effort here from Goran Stankovic from distance. Sakaria weaving his way through, played the ball in. Janša back to him. Penalty because the cutback hit just nicked the hand of the defender, which was Filipovic. And it was Stefanovic, set the wrong way. It's an encouraging end to the first half. Score here at the Messendorf, 1-1 at the break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Kann man ja mal in jeder Bank machen.
welcome back. You're with David Freeney, your match day commentator. We are here at the Messendorf Training Center. There is Kiel Skerpen, who did concede the opening goal of this game. Halftime score: Sturm Graz 1, Partizan Belgrade 1. Been an interesting contest, and the goals have come from Nikolic and Jakub Janča. From the spot, the equaliser came 7 minutes just before the break. SKSturm worked their way back in quite magnificently into this game. They laid siege to Partizan's goal late on, and finally they were able to overwhelm the defence, albeit from the spot, but every goal counts. And we saw a lot more cohesive play through the midfield in that last quarter of an hour before the break. We're all set to go. Just waiting for today's referee to get us back underway. That is Julian Schnur. Here he is, just having a chat with Lampri Sakaria, who gave Janča his blessing, allowed him to take that penalty. We'll take you through any changes whenever possible. Whistle goes. Partizan get us underway. They're going from right to left, but you don't need to know that. They're in the all-black today. Gerhofer with the header forwards. Hirlander couldn't keep it in. A throw will be taken by Antic. He's taken that away from Hirlander to find his teammate, his captain, Markovic. Goalkeeper Stefanovic goes to the halfway line. It'll work out nicely for Partizan. Player down though. Referee just wants to ensure the well-being of Goran Stankovic. In his fourth season now with SKSturm, 27-year-old Slovenian. Just writhing around in a little bit of pain. Ex-Premier League player with Huddersfield. Trainers now coming on. Started his career in his hometown club of Domžale, back in Slovenia. A lot of the players showing solidarity here. Hopefully no serious injury here. Don't forget the second friendly of the day. SKSturm Graz, the other 11, will take on Aris Limassol of Cyprus. Another chance for a quick drink. SKSturm captain just looking on. Stefan Hirlander, Austrian international, played in a few friendlies. That's the incident there. Back to his feet is John Goran Stankovic. Good to see. Perhaps took a hit to a very sensitive area. We'll just hobble off a little. We'll see if there are any changes for Partizan. Looks as though Pavlovic has come into the game, wearing the number 20. We're back underway. Well, that's a really good press here. They've regained possession. In from Stukler, who is also out there for SKSturm. Dante chips a ball in. That's away by Ilic. Settled down by Gerhofer. And Gerhofer once again just getting himself in a good position. Now in from the left, the the inverted run, and now skipping through. Just couldn't stay with Jancha as he wanted the ball to trickle ahead of him. Would have had the opportunity to score from an acute angle. Corner kick comes. So it looks as though Samuel Stuckler is on now for SKSturm as well. Ball chipped into the near post. Partizan can head it to safety. Picked up by Horvath. Well, it was ambitious from some distance as well. First time effort came, and looking to test Stefanovic from general play. See here the chip over the top, the header away, then the first time hit there. Now Ruthrich giving away another free kick. They want to take this quickly, Partizan, and SKSturm need to be on their toes. Manik now out on the left side. Good cross to the back post. The header comes. It was on target. But Scheppen was up to the task. It was easy enough. Some fluid play now from Die Schwalzet. So it appears that Demaku is off. The half-time break, the change came with Samuel Stuckler coming in. Played a good game against TSC. Another attempt. It's had the sting taken out of it, though. It's Dante trying to get involved. Wants to get on the score sheet. Provided a goal against Spartak Trnava for Gacibegovic. Now it's some central narrow passing from Partizan will be picked up by Ruthrich, and won't bother going to Stickler. Just get that ball out and reset the defense. This was the earlier chance. A tame header in the end that came through. Looks as though Bazda is in for Partizan as well. Sakaria had Stuckler on the outside. Didn't want to use him. Partizan picked the ball back up. Definitely SKSturm are on top at this point of the game. Really, really well thought out comeback. Worked their way into the game quite brilliantly. Now Dante. Horvath. Back for Dante. Horvath can't cut it back. Jancha was waiting. Tommy Horvath, now 24 years old, scored that goal against Lask in the semi-final of the OFB Cup to get them through so they could clinch their second trophy in 5 years. Also scored that goal against Ludogorets in the Champions League qualifiers of 2021. Can't forget that Tottenham goal he scored against Spurs in that famous 2-1 win for Mura. And here he is with another shot. Big chance here. Can it be tapped home? It ends up in the back of the net in any case. And SKSturm have conceded once again. Now, how did this pan out? We'll see it on the replay. The important thing, it's been put away. Horvath with the first opportunity. The header back from Antic fell to SKSturm's favor. Ruthrich was waiting. Did it come off the defender? Or did it come off Gregory Ruthrich? We'll see there. It took a touch. It pinballed around it. I think it hit 2 or 3 different Partizan defenders before going it. So the important thing is it's a goal. Now you take your pick at home to see who scored that one. Only the players out there know. The good news, if you've joined us at the halftime break, Partizan took the lead, but then it's been SKSturm again with a come from behind kind of strategy here. Second game in a row against Serbian opposition. TSC also took the lead last Saturday evening, and it was Berving and Vodicic to get the goals to overturn that lead. It's Partizan on the edge of the box. Pantic spreads it wide. Ball back into the middle. Past Pantic. Belic didn't give away the foul according to the referee. Still play on. Belic this time. Stukler can't clear. Antic, whose header effectively set up the scramble at the back in which SKSturm have taken the lead from a couple of minutes ago. Now play out on the right side with Partizan. Stukler this time, his header's a little better. More effective, you could call that. Now the switch. Antic is all alone. Stukler, it's a wonderful challenge. Zakaria, spray across the other side of the field. Half a chance here. Stukler, can he shoot? Indeed he can, wins a corner. Looking to hammer that home past Stefanovic for the third goal for SKSturm in this game. And that's a header back from Nikola Antic. Skimmed and spun off his head, went backwards, fell across, and SKSturm have made the most of a half chance. Now can they drive another nail into the Undertaker's coffin? Nickname for Partizan is the Undertaker. Heel under. Also a high foot there. Dante took the contact. Ball back in by Janša. Utrich was waiting, loitering with intent. Turning the screw now. Precisely what the fans want to see here on SKSturm.TV. Friday afternoon. Beautiful afternoon for some football. Floated that across. Georhofer has done well. Horvat in good support there. In his second year now. Horvat also used off the bench for Slovenia against San Marino in the recent Euro qualifiers. So some real talent in this squad. We'll have a change here with Frank Canute coming out. The Senegalese midfielder. Just waiting to see the number on this shirt here. Number 10 is in. That is Nacho, one of their best players from last season. Dishwozen looking for some space. Biding their time though, not rushing any passes. They know that they're on the front foot. In the ascendancy since about the half-hour mark of this game. We've had 12 minutes and we've had a goal. We had an early goal in the second half against TSC Bačka Topola. Incidentally, that's where the Partizan coach was born. Back in Topola in the north of Serbia. Actually has his own youth academy along with his brothers. That's Igor Dulja. Was the assistant coach to Paulo Fonseca, but here's Bibras Nacho. A playmaker of sorts, diminutive and skillful on the ball. Good runner with the ball. Found the gap there as well. Good vision. So SKSturm will have to be alert. But Igor Dulja has made the change for this specific reason. Here's Belic up against Stukler. Nacho. First time pass was telegraphed and intercepted quite well. That's a stunning play. Diagonal pass. Look at that. Threaded through. SKSturm through Janša. Tries something audacious. Nacho getting back now. That is the kind of transition that we'd like to see for SKSturm. Committed and really intelligent the style of passing to get forwards. They've suffocated Partizan for most of this match now. And at times, they made them look a little disorganized. Nico Dulia will perhaps need to change something around, you'd think. Took over from Gordon Petric in February at Partizan. Dulia is actually an ex-Partizan player, and ex-Shakhtar, where he was assistant coach there under Paulo Fonseca. Partizan, they qualified for the Europa Conference League for 2023-24. Finished the season off as the strongest team on form in the final 5 games, that is. That's well done by Stukler. Dispossessed Menig, now Sakaria. Can he impose himself? Horvat had 2 or 3 to contend with. Picked up again by Hielander. Lovely passing. Hielander. Ball can't find its way through to Jancho. Would have been in a one-on-one opportunity. The hour mark coming up, and Nacho brought to ground. Stefan Hielander's men. So far, so good. And Bibras Nacho just stumbling, and that's been the theme of the second half for Partizan. Nacho at 12 goals as the second highest goal scorer last season. Menig with 7 and Bazdar with 4. He's been brought in at the commencement of this second half. 2 goals for Filipovic, Markovic, Diabate and Pavlovic. Ricardo Gomez has left the club for Qatari football. The lure of the Middle Eastern money continues. Scampered back. Geerhofer. Skeppen. Measured delivery. Unfortunately, just for the... well, it was a valiant attempt, the high boot from Hielander to keep that ball down. Just a little too high. But SKSturm will have the throw in here with Samuel Stukler. Ricardo Gomez was Partizan's top scorer, as I was saying. He was also the MVP. It's a big loss. There's an effort there that's gone well wide. Jancho with the confidence after scoring the penalty to bring it back to 1-1. Another change coming. It looks like there's going to be 4 of them. So I'll have to be vigilant here. Danilo Pantic going out. 26 is Filipovic. In comes Zivkovic. We'll try and navigate our way through these substitutions as the game continues. Short corner, short goal kick, I should say. Stevanovic will clear this, well over halfway. Brought down by Geerhofer to Goran Stankovic. Amadou Dante. Poised on the ball. Nicholas Geerhofer, Austrian under-21 international. Just played the 7 games last term, so this is a big test for him. He's a Sturm Youth player. Has played half a dozen games in the Europa League. Stukler, another one that needs to impress. Stukler making just the 2 sub-appearances in the past 3 seasons. 26 games for Sturm second team in 2022-23. He's playing on the right side of defense and has been given creative license to push forward whenever he can. Supporting Hielander. So Sakaria now appears to have been repositioned. Good physical work for Partizan here. Bazdar wins the free kick. It's all about keeping Partizan out of the attacking third. Number 12 is also into the game. That is Sehovic. All the way back to the back line, Sehovic on the ball. Goes long. Some indecisive defending. Skeppen thought it might bounce all the way through. Bazdar did well enough up against Geerhofer. Partizan will have some high possession. Sehovic playing at left back. Now he's in for Antic. Bazdar in behind. Sehovic squares that up. No one there for Partizan. The shot comes. Now, was that off the post? I'll see this on the replay. Did that strike the post and go to the other side? Good build-up here from Partizan Belgrade. Sehovic with the cutback. Nobody there. That was off the post. Drilled towards Skeppen's goal. Off the inside of the post. Quite unlucky for Partizan Belgrade, but sometimes you have luck on your sides. Zivkovic hitting that one. So all the substitutions getting involved now for Partizan. The ball from Bazdar found Sehovic. It was a good cutback. There was nobody there for Partizan except for the forward run of Zivkovic from the right side. And I guess that's a big chance gone begging, and they opened up SKSturm. This is what I was talking about previously. It's all about how you see out the rest of the game. Once you take that lead, the onus is on you to preserve, to protect, and to make sure you take all 3 points. And that's the mindset that Christian Ilse will be looking for now at this late stage of the pre-season friendlies. Hielander, well over the top. Pot shot from about 25 yards, directly in front. A few yards over Stevanovic's goal in his 5th year of his second spell. Stevanovic with the Partizan. We saw Frank Canute start the game for them, making his one of his first games for Partizan since leaving Cercle Bruges. Was a former player in Serie B in Italy as well. Cosenza, Pescara, Ascoli. Started off with the Juventus under-19s. So plenty of prodigies on show at this stage of the season. Canute, you'd think, has been brought in to replace Colorado, who's transferred out of the club. Here's Horvat. Sliding challenge came from Belic. It was effective. That was a hopeful ball. Just needed to settle play down there in the middle of the pitch. The steamroller, the nickname of Partizan. Also known as the Cenobelli, the black-whites. Similar colors to the home side. And down the right channel, that'll be seen off by Sehovic. That was good footwork there from Sakaria. Not quite as good as Burving's footwork for his goal against TSC. Well, they've won the ball back up in a dangerous area and won a corner. So Partizan will reset their defense. Should have the customary 4 or 5 players on the 6-yard line. We'll see a double change here. Off comes Jakub Jancho, who scored the equaliser in this game. Well done from the spot. Ball in from the left side. Now Stuckler, one of the only defenders back there. Linesman's flag goes up. It was a good result there at the back for SKSturm. Looks as though Luca's come on as one of those changes. It was simple. Bazdar just needed to keep onside. Drinks break here with 20 minutes to go. Sturm Graz leads Partizan Belgrade by a scoreline of 2-1. Partizan taking the lead through Nikolic early in this game. Really was quite a tidy finish into the top corner. An extraordinarily devastating hit that Kjellskirpen simply had no chance. But Partizan couldn't hold off. The resistance eventually caved, and it was a Sakaria ball back and skimmed the hand of Filipovic. Referee pointed to the spot. Up stood Jakub Jancho, and he struck, sending the keeper the wrong way. Went to the right side of the goal, if you're looking at the goal, that is. And that made it 1-1 with 7 minutes to go before the break and a few minutes after the break. The second goal came. I'm not sure who that's come off. Looks as though Udrich was there to pressure. Whether that's an own goal by the Partizan defenders. Looked as though it pinballed around. The important thing is SKSturm have the lead. If it is Udrich's goal, that's a good result for the Swiss under-21 international. Won the Swiss League with young boys. Spent some time in Australia in the A-League. Best season with Sturm was back in 2021-22. 39 games in total for 4 goals as well. Wonderful contribution. Has played Europa League, as you know, Champions League, and also Asian Champions League. Partizan now, plenty of room as the left side tilt came for Sturm. Back there's Georhofer. Well, Skeppen meant business with that long clearance. The Dutch goalkeeper, brand new signing. Spent last season with Vitesse. Eredivisie football, 26 appearances there. Has played internationally in the under-21s for the Netherlands. Oostend, Ajax, FC Emmen as well. He's played his football at. Did seem to have that side of the goal covered from Nikolic, but it had to be millimetre perfect, and indeed it was. Better that happen now than during the actual season. Now Nacho. Over the top he goes. Skeppen with another touch. Try and switch that the other side towards Amadou Dante. Zivkovic came over. struck an epic hit into that near post. About 10 minutes ago, Skeppen was beaten and hit the inside of the post and went out the other side and ended up a Sturm Graz goal kick. Astounding, but that is the level of talent on display. You can come off the bench for Partizan Belgrade and hit the ball so sweetly. But I think the club have got it just right. Christian Ilse opting to play some vigorous adversaries. Aris Limassol coming up a little bit later this evening. Galatasaray next week. All of those available on SKSturm.TV. Of course, you can get some merchandise. Go to the club website. Go to the store in the middle of the town. You know where to go. There's a loose pass there. That'll be picked up on the right side for Partizan, but well isolated. And a tandem over there. Utrecht making sure a Partizan player wasn't to get through. We've seen Pavlovic come in. Bazdar, Nacho, Sehovic, Zivkovic as well. Long ball forwards. Easy clearance. Goran Stankovic, the last defender at that time. Throw taken quickly. That might trickle out for a corner kick, or is it a goal kick? Works out nicely for SKSturm. Good turn there. Good interplay as well. They've been able to keep possession here. Here's Lurker. Nacho brought down. Challenge from Hielander. Penalized this time. Partizan coming off a 3-0 win over Drava, Slovenian third division side. In their friendly before this. Pavlovic with a double in that one, and Sani Chanin in the 93rd minute. A couple of those goals coming very late. So that's something that Christian Ilse will have to look out for in the final minute of this game. So far, it has been technical superiority by SKSturm Graz today. Started the game a little bit lackadaisical. Looked like they weren't on it from the first minute, but it's a hot afternoon. Partizan came out swinging, got that opening goal. Sturm's depth on show today. The team divided into two. Only conceded 3 times in pre-season in 5 matches so far. Now out to Sehevic. Early ball. Would have come to nothing had it found a player. Sturm coming off the back of the win over Bačka Topola, also known as TSC. That was second in Austria against second in Serbia. Before that, the other 11 earlier that day on Saturday. A 4-0 win over Spartak Trnava. That was the battle of the domestic cup winners. 4-0 though, with Sakaria, Ketiashvili, Kacibegovic and Tegjera. The weekend before that was the 3-0 win over Enes Muda. Tommy Horvat's old side, he scored against them. The final goal of the game in the 3-0 win. Schnegg and Pras with goals. Here's Stukler. His pass was aimed over towards Sakaria, who's on the ball now. It's retrieved just outside the penalty area. Went down, looking for the free kick, didn't come. Now Partizan can get going. Probably better off going the right side. That's a heavy touch from Bazdar. And again, SKSturm looking comfortable. Hielander, diagonal pass. The build-up was brought to an abrupt end. Nacho. It's all about applying pressure. Just for now, SKSturm zonally holding off. The big switch comes, it will open up space. And from the angle, that's come off the defender there, I think, and that'll be a Partizan corner. Definitely come off Dante's foot. Tedzic looking to curl that in, find a teammate. Nacho to take. What's found the heads. This time I think that was Pavlovic. Got away from any of the SKSturm defenders. Pulled away. He had Luka near him, but not close enough. But there was another tame header. Didn't trouble Skerpen. Didn't really offer much of a threat. 10 minutes remaining in this one. Then we'll have a break until the next kickoff time at 1800 hours Central European time, 5 p.m. if you're in the UK. Bringing you that one live right here, SKSturm.TV. Here's Dante. It's almost a rugby scrum there with Ruthrich trying to team up with Dante, but they'll be smashed away into the next training pitch. Substitution time. Opportunity knocks. Nicholas Gerhoffer's played the first 80 minutes of this one. In comes Pidka. Well, there'll be an opportunity here for a set piece. Defenders coming up forwards. Sebastian Pidka into this game. 10 minutes, opportunity knocks. Not just for him, but also for SKSturm Graz. Right here, right now. Luka, Goran Stankovic, Dante's there. Sakaria stands over this. Brought in. Teased that in. It was an inviting ball. Gorgeous shape on that one coming in. It's gone against. I think that might be against Luka there. Sehevic opting to go back to the central defenders. Markovic and Ilic trying to marshal this Partizan defense against an enthusiastic-looking SKSturm forward line. Gogic is up there as well. So the tilt was on, so the switch was always going to come. Lovely work to find Stukler. As the run into the half space. Good turn by Gogic. Bowled over one opponent. Let him know he's got the physical capabilities up forwards. Leon Gogic, just 17 years old. Played 2 times in the first side last season. 16 games and 2 goals in the youth sides. Long, hopeful ball here. That's almost pinpoint. Needed to get there before it bounced, though. Oh, that's a shocking attempt at goal. I think he's taken some of the pitch with him there. 6 minutes to go. 3 previous friendlies between these two clubs, all won by Partizan between 2011 and 2014. A 1-0 win with Zivkovic's goal back in 2014. Before that, well, that was a 1-0 win for Partizan that time. They won 3-2 in 2012. For Sturm in that game, the 2 goals came from Sukuta Pasu and Shabic. And in 2011, there was also a 2-1 win for Partizan. So this is a little piece of history. Won't mean too much. But a win is a win. And it's all about that momentum heading towards the last couple of weeks of July. Those games are coming. The first round of the ÖFB Cup, defending reigning champion Sturm Graz against SAK Klagenfurt. Here's Tommy Horvath, was in 2 minds. Played on for himself, was shoved over. Didn't get a free for that. That was unlucky. Here's Tetsic. Corralled nicely by Wuthrich. Tried to improvise with the defending. Tetsic once again. Good hustle in the midfield, picked up by Luka. Now Hilander. Captain has just fallen on his own sword there. Trying to be a little too vigilant. Bajda. Wonderful defending there. Pitka getting his body in the way, cutting off the angle, making things super difficult. Sehovic. At the far side now. Partizan probing, looking for the equaliser. I found some space. Cut off by Wuthrich. Again, Tetsic was there. All the substitutions getting involved. So in comes the corner. And again, it's overhit. Oh, that's taken a touch off the Partizan player, surely, of Sunny Chanin. Wanted to keep that in and then provide some better service back into the penalty area, just trying to knock it in, but it was a heavy touch and perhaps had one eye on the ball, one eye on the touchline. Good hustle here. Gogic getting forward, the ball now coming in. Dante's there and just drags that across the face of goal. 88th minute. Sturm just 150 seconds or so away from another victory. Pending stoppage time. We had a little in the first half. Looking to make it 5 wins from 5 in the preseason. And the second consecutively against Serbian opposition. Took down second placed TSC Bačka Topola. Now it's 4th placed Partizan Belgrade. One of the more glittering clubs in terms of historical success in the Serbian Superliga or the Yugoslav First League. That was a good ball there to open up space. Now the inverted run in, the shot will come, and it was guided towards that far post. Skeppen had his lines covered though, and if that was on target, I'm sure the big Dutch goalkeeper would have been able to tip that away. Looking for a moment of real quality here outside the box. Partizan going close, didn't miss by much. Now a moment of improvisation here. Big chance. And again, some good defending, making sure that the goalkeeper didn't have to engage in a save. No pressure applied here from the away side. Pirka across. Goran Stankovic playing in that back line now. Uthrish is being pushed forwards. .30 seconds to go. Here's Sehovic. Inside ball. Partizan just shifting play from one side to the other. Looking for space. So far, SKSturm in the second half have plugged all the gaps. Blind pass. Here's Bajda. Tries his luck by swinging over a ball over near the right-hand corner flag. Tecic now also involved. The cross finally comes. Out comes Skepen, though. So calm and had the vision on that ball. Big performance from the goalkeeper. Only one Partizan attacker there, and he's been seen off well. Christian Ilzer, the coach, using a few of the substitutions here. Luka Pirka, Stukla and Gergic today. Long ball comes in over his head, and we're into stoppages. Can Sturm hold off here and seal another win by the narrowest of margins, just by the goal? But it's all about that upward mobility. You want to get that momentum heading towards the business end of July. It's well done in defense there. Cleared away. Dante, tireless work. Now the chest down comes. Referee allowing play to go on. Big chance here. Couldn't find the man. Loka's ball forwards. Tidied up at the back. Luka chips the ball out to the left side. Plenty of space, plenty of time to settle it down. Stickler's made the run in an advanced position on the right. He'll end up away from one. Eventually finds Samuel Stickler. Takes a touch, goes to the near post. Shielded well by Partizan, but there's a whistle here. Now that is for perhaps an alleged simulation against Stickler. But it won't matter. Yellow cards don't count for the next friendly. Partizan Belgrade maneuvering forward. That'll be seen all the way back to the keeper from Amadou Dante. And it is another afternoon of victory here. The referee brings it to an end. Julian Schnur oversaw this one. And Sturm Graz have come back. And they have won this one by 2-1. Nikolic scored in the 7th minute. Smashing finish, but the penalty was scored by Jakub Janša, 38th minute. We'll see the highlights shortly. And then Markovic has been given the own goal. It didn't come off Uthrish. In the end, it pinged around, and that ended up as the winner. Here are the stats on the screen. All that matters is the top one, 2-1. Good afternoon. The 5th friendly in a row, the 5th consecutive win for Sturm Graz. And we're going to see another game in about an hour and 5 minutes from now. That'll be the other half of the squad up against Addis Limassol. So do tune in once again, and if you want to catch the goals in this game, really brilliant hit by Partizan. And the comeback goals, once again, 16 now scored by SKSturm in this pre-season. And hopefully there'll be 2 or 3 more this evening. The first time that SKSturm has beaten Partizan Belgrade. 3 previous friendlies, all won by the Serbians. So do stick with us here on SKSturm.TV. Later game is Adis Limassol. The goals here today was Nikolic, Jancha from the spot. And then the own goal from Markovic, effectively the winner here for Die Schwarzen. Another victorious afternoon. Also the friendly coming up against Galatasaray. Good news for Christian Ilse. Some decent performances, especially down that left flank today. Dante was dominant. Horvat was once again a tireless worker. So Stickler come in at half-time for Demaku. The back line looking solid with Uthrish and Gerhofer starting this one. Pirker coming in for 10 minutes at the end. Luca getting some game